Robyn Brown has just admitted that she is an absolutely terrible mother and a woman that has exposed her children to an emotionally unstable and dangerous man. And this comes from her own mouth while talking with Kody. Now, if you know Robyn, she loves to call people dangerous, right? This is something that she uses to shut down talks that she feels are going to become aggressive, hostile, or provide her criticism that she doesn't want to hear. But Kody and the word unsafe have really never been used in the same sentence, despite the fact that Kody is by far the most unsafe person in that entire family. And Robyn, using a term calling Kody emotionally unsafe, is totally problematic. And while Kody and Robyn may think that this scene actually appears to be sympathetic and sweet, and Kody is having this aha, I'm coming to Jesus moment, it's actually, in my opinion, signs of an emotionally unhealthy relationship, and also, in my opinion, the signs of a man who's using loyalty as a weapon, as a way to control and manipulate, and is doing things to keep awarding her allegiance and compliance through fear. Robyn should know by now that if she goes out of line and if she speaks ill of him, and if she actually speaks up for herself and says the truth, she will also get the wrath of Kody. Her continuing obedience to Kody is at the detriment of her young children and is exposing her young children to a man whose hostility, rage, anger, emotional mismanipulation, unpredictable moods, and his verbal abuse and emotional abuse, while also exposing the young children to philandering and sex outside of marriage and all of the things infidelity. Robyn has put her children in an unsafe environment. Not just her, but her kids. And the longer she continues to be with Kody, her children stay unsafe. I need to stop with the self-deprecation. Yes, please. Regarding you and me, please. The only thing that I've kind of pulled away from is when you're mentally unsafe. That's it. I think some of the things I've done lately may help and have helped. I think taking accountability for his part in the marriages coming apart, I think was something that gave him some peace. For years, Robyn made the claim that everyone else that had problems with Kody, who called Kody out and told him he was volatile, he was angry, he was emotionally abusive, they were the dangerous people. But now Robyn says that Kody is emotionally dangerous, mentally unsafe. So that would mean he's got rage problems, anger and unstable moods, unexpected moods. He deflects blame. He puts other people down. He blame shifts. So if he's done something bad, he blames everyone else for what he's done. He rewards her by telling her that her dedication is more important to him than her honesty. He makes Robyn control his moods and manage his behavior and manage his feelings. So, he puts the responsibility of him onto her. He's moved her to a place where she is away from her family, away from most of her friends. Kody controls their travel, their plans, the arrangements. He's even gone as far as this year as to say that he wants to retire her from reality television as though he gets to direct her work. Robyn saying that Kody is unsafe means that she lives in a state of being where she's walking on eggshells with a guy where she can't predict what's going to happen next. And if you're with a person like that and you don't know what's going to set them off, sometimes people become their enablers by defending their bad behavior, trying to smooth over their conflicts, defend their honor, fix their public image, be obedient to them so you don't make them angry. But what kind of life is that for Robyn? It's so she gets money and she gets a nice house for what? Emotionally immature and volatile and cruel man. And then she says that Kody has taken responsibility for what he's done. And yet Robyn wasn't in any of these talks. She can't say that he's taken accountability for anything because the women in that situation have said that he's not responsible. They've already made clear he's not responsible. His kids have said he's not responsible. He's done nothing to repair the ties with his children. Kody thinks that by doing this apology tour, he's made things safer for her. Which tells me that this apology tour was more for himself to show that he wasn't unsafe to Robyn than it was to actually apologize. And honestly, why does Robyn deserve an apology for kissing his ass? All she's done is made the monster and helped fuel him. And she's now saying, you're unsafe. Well, if you know that you have a partner that's emotionally unsafe, you have failed your children, and you once said that your ex-partner was emotionally dangerous. And here we are in 2026. And it'll help in his healing, but then I also just see him just kind of taking a sigh of relief, just okay, I took responsibility for my part. Thanks for being reliable. You deserve it. You've earned it from me, honey. I'm right here. Thank you. Hasn't been very fair. I haven't been very fair with you. I really find it so disturbing that Kody uses words like loyalty when he talks about a whole human being as though loyalty to him is more valuable than them being honest, or having a voice, or being able to share how they feel and what they need, or what they want. It sounds like he's talking to a dog. Thank you for your obedient, humble loyalty. Thank you for managing my negative feelings, my hostility. Thank you for smoothing over my issues. Thank you for being my mental punching bag. Thank you for never saying badly about me. When you start talking about loyalty, it puts the woman Robyn in a position where she's being praised for her obedience and submission. She's trapped in a place where if she does speak up and voice her dissent or actually share her feelings, she will then also become disloyal. Kody says nothing to her about her. He doesn't ask her questions. He never asks her how she's feeling. And if you've ever watched the dynamic to you in their relationship, Robyn doesn't have an identity outside of Kody. All of the other women have full lives. They have friends. They have a personality. Their entire identity isn't around walking on eggshells to keep him happy. They don't base their whole world around what Kody needs or what Kody wants. To be in a relationship with him and to make him happy, you would have to sacrifice everything about yourself. He doesn't care about her needs. He doesn't care about what she likes or doesn't like. He doesn't say, "I love you, Robyn. You're so sweet. I love your tenacity. I love your endurance. I love your caring heart. I love that you're such a good mother. I love that you're X, Y, and Z." It's never about Robyn. Ever. It's always about Kody. This is what Christine said about Robyn, is that she's on eggshells with him all the time. Because the only way that you can be in a relationship with Kody is if you're on eggshells and you do what he wants. And that's not a loving relationship. It's not healthy because he's not considering what she wants. He's not considering what she needs, and she's not modeling healthy boundaries for her kids, and she has zero identity outside of herself. Like, do we ever hear Robyn talk about herself? No. It's always Robyn's whole existence is defending Kody and defending Kody's relationships and defending Kody's bad behavior. It's never about Robyn ever. She's not allowed to have anything in that relationship with Kody. She might be narcissistic to the other women, but she's doing that almost as a way of deflection and survival for herself. You know, like when you're being abused by someone, you can abuse other people because it's like, well, I can't abuse him, but I'll go after these people. Which happens a lot in polygamy. And she just eats it up and says, "You have my loyalty." Like she's a dog. I've been apologizing to everybody in spite of all how brutal they were. I was apologizing to them. But you were never brutal. You're never unkind. You're never disloyal. I've been apologizing to everybody. I think I owe you an apology most of all. Holy cow. I've apologized to everybody but you. The woman who has been so supportive through all of my B's, all of my weakness, all of my anger, all of my ranting and raving and complaining. And that was the part that just horrified me, quite honestly. Like literally horrified me. Because after spending all of this time taking accountability for his role in what happened, he has the audacity to say to her that the other women were brutal, and you were never brutal. So he's pitting her against them by qualifying her obedient compliance as the benchmark of what you should be, and dissent, and having an opinion, and standing up for you and your kids as brutality. And that is the most disturbing thing I've ever heard him say. He's saying that he values her compliance and submission. And he labels Janelle brutal. Janelle is brutal. Has anyone watched the show? Janelle's probably of all of them the nicest. Like, I know we give her a lot of crap because she's definitely still her brain has been a little bit scrambled by him, and she was easy to manipulate, and so sometimes she makes bad choices. But of all of the women, Janelle was the nicest. So nice to literally everyone. And you know what? I hear from people constantly that meet them that she's the sweetest human being in the world of all of them. Like, over the top nice. Not to say that the other ones aren't nice, but like, she's just got that kind of personality. She's just the kind of person that is amiable and accommodating, and to a fault. And Robyn is not someone I would qualify as not like super nice. Robyn comes off cold, distant, aloof, mean. So to call them brutal is ridiculous. And it's claiming that again, he's the victim of their brutality. He's the victim of their brutality. And he's saying that she stood by him through all of the rage, all of the anger, which she has classified as scary, all of his ranting. And she has stated that like he stated because she endured that she was loyal. So what he's saying is he expected the other women to live under harshness, criticism, emotional abuse, being abandoned, neglected, and controlled. Janelle, Christine, and Mary were not abusive. They set boundaries. They told him they disagreed with what he was doing. They refused to tolerate him controlling them. And they finally left because they were done being controlled and beard and abused by him. It's obvious that Christine still has severe anxiety when she even has to be near him. And so Kody's saying they were brutal because they literally were done with me being abusive, and you are amazing because you're cool with me being like this. And so Robyn gets rewarded for doing absolutely nothing but staying loyal to him. And they are painted as wrong for asserting themselves and asserting boundaries and taking care of themselves. It's emotionally manipulative for Kody to do that and to pit them against her in that way. And he's saying that it's more important to him that she was loyal to him and compliant to him than it was that she valued herself, advocated for herself, or advocated for her children. And it sends a message to her that he only values women on how well they serve him, not for their humanity. It's about him. He's a selfish narcissist. He's putting her on a pedestal for being obedient and taking it, and not criticizing him. And she's rewarded for being the emotional punching bag. And trust me when I say this, Kody is not going to be an easy man to live with just because he claims he loves her the most. He's really just saying, I love her the most because she doesn't call me on my crap the most. And he always says she's emotionally safe to him, but she just said, no, you're emotionally unsafe for me. So he doesn't run when she says that. Instead, he pretends like he's, turned a new leaf by taking full accountability for nothing. And then after apologizing and claiming to take accountability, he literally just called them brutal. And because their relationship is incredibly transactional and very hostile and abusive, she's rewarded with the social validation, the money, the association of being with him. But she doesn't condone him for literally calling the ex-wives brutal, because Kody has spent years telling her that they are brutal, framing a story about them to her that they are brutal, reminding her what they've done and how that makes him feel. And what I'll never understand is, yes, she's been trapped and controlled in this relationship. But this was a woman that once said that she would never stand for this kind of relationship again. And yet I would venture to say that what she has with Kody is 1,000,000 times more abusive than whatever happened with Preston. Because Preston wasn't abusive. He was just poor. The message I'm getting from Robyn is, I'm okay with being abused so long as I'm paid. So she gets all of this. I'm the best. I'm praised for being the best. And they're brutal, Robyn. But really, she ends up just looking like a freaking doormat. And you know what? Tell you how that is going to be for her kids, because I'm that child. If your mom is that mom, you don't feel seen. You don't feel like your mom has your back. You don't feel like your dad has your back. You feel like your dad is abusive towards your mom. You don't feel like you can have a safe relationship with either parent because your narcissistic parent is constantly meddling in your relationships. And they don't allow you to have a one-on-one relationship with your parent like your mom. They dictate how your mom feels. They degrade your mom. They put her down. They might publicly praise her, but behind the scenes they're putting her down because she's only going to stay there if she's being, emotionally berated and controlled. And so the children grow up in a completely dysfunctional space where if they have an opinion and they speak up for themselves, they are labeled difficult. They are scapegoat. They are called opinionated, strong-willed. If you're the one that actually speaks up, you get alienated because you become the troublemaker. Even though all you're trying to do is stick up for your parent, right? And as a woman, if your mom is like that, you kind of feel like your mom didn't do what they needed to do to protect you, right? And then you think, gosh, not even my mom protected me. Nobody protected me. She was more worried about what he was going to do to her because she's so absorbed in what he's doing to her. She can't care about anything but herself, her survival. Kody is just a jerk. And if Robyn has any intelligence, she will get the hell out of that relationship because she's got 2 minor kids right now that could still heal if she got away from him. The money is not worth it. Dignity is not worth it. Self-respect is not worth it. The lack of it. Kody is just a freaking jerk, and Robyn has just exposed what she really feels about him. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, besties!